Hey guys, I look so tired. Probably because I am. So this circle of videos is all about tutorials. You probably already know this because I think Mason uploaded before me and I don't know, our upload schedule is a mess. But anyways, here's the thing. Usually everyone has like this one thing that they're really good at. I don't have something like that. I have a lot of stuff that I'm kinda good at, but nothing that I'm like super good at and super professional at. So I was really struggling to find something to make a tutorial about because it was like, you should be talking about that, you don't know either. But like the things that I think I'm good at are language, probably also making videos and writing, because these are the things that I've literally been working on for years. Maybe also dancing. But no, I'm not good at dancing. I like it, but I'm not good at it. So in the last circle of videos, I kind of already talked a lot about language, and I wasn't really sure what kind of tutorial I could make about writing, especially because I haven't been writing that much over the past years. So the one thing that I ended up with was making videos. So I'm gonna make a tutorial about how to start a YouTube channel. I put together a list of questions that you're probably gonna ask yourself before you start a YouTube channel. And with all of my big YouTube experience, I'm trying to answer them. And yeah, I know I'm not like the most successful YouTuber when it comes to numbers, but I've been on this platform for a couple of years now. I've been making videos for years, and I guess I kind of know what I'm talking about. I hope this whole question and answer thing kind of fit the concept of a tutorial. But now it's too late anyway, so let's just get started. Question number 1. What kind of camera should I buy and what kind of equipment should I buy? It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. If you're just starting out YouTube, just use whatever you have. If you have a phone that can take videos, take your phone. If you have a laptop that can take videos, take your laptop. I think what matters first is getting into the flow of making videos, if that makes sense. And this is something that you really have to get used to, sitting in front of the camera or standing in front of the camera and talking to it. I think this is something that you really have to get used to. You have to get used to the process. You have to get used to finding ideas. You have to get used to finding a routine on how you make videos and all that kind of stuff. And I think you should figure that out first before you figure out how to use an expensive camera. I started out using this camcorder. It is so old and I think it only films in, it doesn't even have HD. I think it films in 720p or something like that. And it worked! I used it for so long. I got my first subscribers using this camera. It worked! If you're starting out, it doesn't really matter that much what kind of camera you have. But if you are gonna take the step and want to buy something, then the first 2 things that you should buy are probably a camera and a tripod. Tripods are so useful. Like, you have so many more possibilities if you just use a tripod, and there are a lot that aren't even that expensive, so this is definitely one of the first things that I would buy. A camera, obviously. I personally use the Canon 700D. I think they have a different name in America. They're from the Rebel series in America, but I think you can look it up on the internet. It was kind of expensive for me back then. It took me a long time to save up for it, but when it comes to DSLR cameras, it's definitely in the lower price range. I would totally recommend this camera for you. I'm not sponsored. I mean, I wish I was because Canon is freaking cool. But anyways, I can totally recommend this camera. It is easy to use. It is not that expensive in comparison to some other cameras, but it still has really good quality. And I think you just get a lot for the money you pay. And then if you want to invest even more money, you can also buy some lighting. You can buy a microphone. But anyways, the point is you can go and buy a camera and buy equipment, but don't feel like you have to if you're just starting out. What do I do if people from my school find my channel? I think before you go and start a YouTube channel, you should be aware of a couple of things. And one of the things is you should really have to be confident with your videos. I was personally pretty afraid that people are gonna find my channel, that people are gonna make fun of me for my channel. And that's why at first I never showed my face on camera. I think up to the point that I graduated, I barely told anyone that I have a YouTube channel because I was afraid that people might make fun of me for making videos. And even though my main channel is still pretty small, I've been confronted with a lot of hate comments. And that's just how things are. People will not always like that you make videos or what kind of videos you make. And you just have to be aware of that. I think you learn to deal with it while it's happening. But if you know that you don't want to get those comments, if you know you cannot deal with those comments, then you should probably reconsider starting a channel altogether. But this sounds so negative. It sounds like being a YouTuber is a really horrible thing and everyone will hate you for that. That's not how it is. I was always so afraid that people from my school would find my channel. But when people actually found out, like for example at university, I realized that overall people are really supportive of it. And in the end, it's probably not gonna be as bad as you think. And I think having a YouTube channel is way more accepted today than it was like 5 years ago. How do I find ideas for YouTube videos? This probably sounds really weird and really pretentious, but you're not just a YouTuber for this hour that you're standing in front of your camera or that you're sitting in front of your laptop and editing videos. Like being a YouTuber, even if you just do it as a hobby, if you don't do it professionally, but if you want to be consistent, it's a 24/7 hobby. So basically, your head is always working. And that's how you find video ideas. You cannot sit down in front of your computer and be like, okay, I'm gonna type in some video ideas now. You do this constantly. Like literally, sometimes I'm laying in bed, it's 11 p.m. and I'm like, oh my god, you get a video idea. You constantly have to look around and search for video ideas. Like for example, you're watching a movie and someone says something in that movie and it's like, you can make a video out of that. Or you're talking to friends about a topic and it's like, you can make a video out of that. I mean, there are ways to find inspiration, as I just said, by watching movies, for example, or watching other YouTubers even. I'm not saying copy their videos, but sometimes you can get inspired by other YouTubers' videos. Or maybe even by photos, or memes, or stuff people say, or whatever. You just have to keep your eyes open. What type of videos should I make? I mean, I'm not gonna tell you what type of videos you should make with respect to gaining a lot of views or subscribers. That's an approach you can have. But like whenever I watch videos about this kind of topic, what I always hear them say is you have to find your niche. And yes, I totally agree with that. But what I personally think you should do is just do whatever the hell you're interested in, whatever the hell you enjoy. It doesn't matter if it fits together. If you're making makeup videos and then you're making gaming videos, it doesn't matter, especially for the beginning. Do whatever the hell you love to do, because this is what people will recognize, that you love what you do. And I think by doing that, by just doing whatever you love, at one point you'll find your style and you'll find the type of videos that you enjoy most and that you want to focus on and that you want to spend more time on. You don't have to go on YouTube, start your channel, and with the first video exactly know what type of videos you want to make. Because I think you're probably gonna figure it out on the way. And if you don't, then hey, it doesn't matter. We're not here to make a job out of this. We're here to enjoy it. And if you enjoy making 50 different types of videos, then go on. What kind of editing software should I use? This kind of goes along with this whole equipment discussion. Just use whatever you can get. Like, it can be the most basic editing software that is out there. If it does its job, if you can make a couple of cuts in there, if you can take stuff out, if you can put videos in there, then I guess this is enough for the start. And if you figure out how those simple editing softwares work, then you can go on and buy some kind of software. I cannot tell you a lot about editing freeware, because when I started out making videos, there barely was any. Like, you can't believe how much time I invested into trying to find free editing software. I started out with using Windows Movie Maker back in the days before I even started out with YouTube. At that point, it was enough, but I was trying really hard to find an editing software that had at least a couple of more options. There wasn't any. I tried out so many. They all sucked so bad. But also when I started out YouTube, most stuff you could get for free sucked really bad. And I think the market has really grown in so many aspects when it comes to freeware and free stuff and apps and all that kind of stuff, and free music and I don't know, all that kind of stuff. So I would just go and Google it and try to find out. I'm pretty sure there's now some kind of freeware that doesn't suck. I personally use Magic's Video Deluxe, I think the edition from 2015, I'm not sure. You have to pay for the software, but you do get a lot of options on there. It is not professional, but that also means that it is pretty easy to use. But there are a lot of people who use iMovie, and I think it's pre-installed on Apple products. But if you really want to go like super professional, then Adobe Premiere Pro is pretty cool, and I really want to try it out, but it's so freaking expensive and I don't have that kind of money. But if you do, then maybe go try it out. But I think for a beginner it is pretty hard to use, so probably better don't spend all that money if you don't know what you're doing. But like for most YouTube videos, unless they're super artsy or that there's something special, some special effects or whatever, like something like that. Unless you have that, then most basic editing software is enough, at least for beginners. And sometimes less is more, because I've seen YouTubers before who use transitions and special effects and sound effects and all kind of stuff, and you sometimes just come to a point where a less edited video looks better than a really highly edited video. The last question I want to answer for this tutorial is how often should I upload? Different YouTubers probably give you different advice for this depending on what works for them. So what I can say is find out what works for you. I mean, there are some YouTubers who are able to upload twice a week. There are some YouTubers, but those are mostly professional who do this for a living, who are literally able to upload every single day. But to be honest, this is something that has never worked for me. Like, even in the best uploading times that I had, I was only able to upload once a week. However, the tip that I am gonna give you is be consistent about it. And first of all, it's about predictability, like having your subscribers know when there is gonna be a new video. Even if you cannot upload twice a week, at least try to upload once a week on the same day or every other week on the same day. And the second reason why you should get a schedule, you'll be way more organized about it, because there was a time where I didn't. And I barely uploaded. I had more time than I have now, and I barely uploaded because I didn't have an upload schedule. Because you have a constant aim that you're working towards. And it's not like, oh yeah, I am gonna upload this video idea that I have in my head at one point. It's more like, okay, this Saturday I'm gonna need a new video, I'm gonna sit down, I'm gonna film, and I'm gonna make this a new video because this Saturday is my upload day. And it's gonna be like part of your overall schedule, like your daily routine, your everyday structure. And what also works for me is I have a specific day on which I'm gonna film. And literally, when I miss this day, I'm not gonna be able to upload on time. So of course, the more you upload, the better. But at the end of the day, you're just doing this for fun. You're just doing this as a hobby and not as a job. So it is something that you have to integrate into all of the other stuff that you have to do, school, work, or whatever. I just realized I've talked way too much, and I'm really sorry about that. But I still hope that I could give you some good tips. I still hope that this kind of fit the concept of a tutorial. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for the other people's videos, and I'm gonna say goodbye now because I've talked way too much again. Bye guys!